Hello everyone. You may think that solving a 3x3 Rubik's Cube is just impossibly difficult, but it isn't if you have a tutorial. So that's what I am here to tell you guys. I'm going to show you how to solve a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. Now real quick, just want to give you guys a little heads up. Like with the 2x2 tutorial, you are going to have to memorize a few algorithms. So before we start, I want you to do this algorithm. So you bring the right side up, turn the top with your right hand, bring the right side down, turn the top with your left hand. Now, if you did my 2x2 tutorial, then you know that this is the same algorithm that I told you guys last time. So if you did my 2x2 tutorial, then it will make this a little easier, especially in the later bits, but that is something you'll have to learn. So just practice this algorithm. Just over and over again until it goes fully into your muscle memory, and you can do a 6 cycle is what I call it, because if you do this algorithm 6 times, then it goes back to its original state, which in this case is its solved state. So I want you to be able to do a 6 cycle with your eyes closed and have really no negative effects. So there's another one you'll have to learn. I know it's a lot, but it's fairly easy. And this new algorithm is the same thing but mirrored. So left side up, turn the top with your left hand, left side down, turn the top with your right hand. So they're pretty similar. So though you just have to memorize those 2 algorithms real quick. Just spend a few minutes, pause the video, and just get those 2 algorithms into your muscle memory. Both of them, they're both very important, especially for the second layer. You're gonna have to do both of them for that. Alright, so the first step is to make a white cross where all of these edges are attached to the center and to these other edge colors, because remember, an edge has 2 colors on it. So the second edge color matches with these centers, all 4 of them. You don't want them mismatched. So that's what the first step is. And then the next step is to make a full layer, basically add these corners into this layer, and all of these stickers match as well. And then the third step is to solve this second layer with these 4 edges, like this. Now the fourth step is to solve these top layer edges. So like the top cross is your next step. Then the step after that is to orient those edges, like this. For example, can get you all of the edges oriented with the centers, like we talked about in the first layer cross. Then the next step is to permute all of the corners. I mean, these aren't oriented, but they're in the right place. So for example, this is red and green, this is red and green. This is green and orange, green and orange. You get the picture. So that's what the next step is. And then the last step is to solve the cube, like that. So those are all of the steps. I'm gonna be going over the top layer stuff in the next video. I know it's a 2-parter, and I'd hate to break it to you, but that's just what I'm gonna have to do. So for the first video, I'm gonna be going over these first 2 layers. So let's get this thing scrambled. Alright, so like I mentioned, the first step is to make a cross. So what you wanna do first is find a white edge piece, like for example, green here, and just pair it up with the center, the white center. Now we're going to be doing white because white is the brightest color on a cube, and it's just the easiest to get a hang of. So, just for simplicity, we're going to start with white, okay? Okay, I hope you won't complain too much about that. So, the next step is to have these centers match with these other edges as well. So, let me just give you an example here. Here, these match, but these don't match. You don't want this. You're going to want to have these edges and centers match as well. So, for example, here, green and blue are opposite colors. So now they match each other. So you're going to want to find pairs like that. So, for example, this is not where it goes. This is where red goes, like that. And then orange obviously goes in the last spot. So just make sure that these edges match with the centers as well. It can be kind of hard to get used to, but trust me, this is a fairly simple step, and you can get the hang of it pretty quickly. You just need to make sure that these match each other, and not something like this. However, if this does happen, where you have like a two swap like this, then you just take one out and put it in its other place, and then you just insert the final one as usual. If you have a case where two opposites need to swap with each other, for example, red and orange, then you can just do the same thing, but on opposite sides, like that. So just swap them with each other, but that shouldn't really be too big of an issue in the first place. Just please make sure that these match. It will take a bit of getting used to, but it shouldn't be that tough when you get the hang of it eventually. So like I mentioned, the next step is to make a layer. Now, what is a layer? Basically, it's not a face, because a face, these would not be aligned. So you want to look for white corners. So for example, this is white, and look at the other two colors. So for example, green and orange. Now here is green and orange, so this needs to go here. So you take this, you move this out, bring this in, and then put it all back. And that's how you do it. You just do it one at a time like that. You just move the opposite side. So for example, if it were on the left side, then I would move it to the right. Bring this up and put it all back like that. So let's just do it again. This has blue and orange. So you want to move this all back, put this in, and put it all back where it was. Now, you can get some weird cases like both of these. Now, this one is in its correct place, but it isn't oriented properly. Now, instead of trying to twist it and probably breaking your cube, you should just do this. The right algorithm 2 or 4 times. So let's try it. 1, 2. There we go. Now it worked. Now, you might have to do that right algorithm 2 or 4 times, depending on which case you get. So, for example, if you get a case like this, you might have to do it 4 times. Just every 2 times, check, make sure if it's oriented or not. And the other case you can get is this one. Just ignore that movement that I just did, where the white is on the bottom and the rest is here. So you would insert it as usual, and then you have this case where, again, nope. Yes. So basically that's the first layer. You insert all of the edges, and then you insert the corners one at a time. Alright, the last step for this part is to make the second layer. So these 4 edges. This one's correct. We got lucky on that one. But this one, how you're supposed to recognize these, you want to do it one at a time. And what you do is you pair it up with its center. So for example, this one is red and this is green. So just ignore these two because these have yellow. All of the ones that have yellow, just forget about it for now. We'll just focus on the ones that don't have yellow. So this is green and red. So this one is facing the red side, so we pair it up like I mentioned before. And this green needs to go here. So what we're going to do is we're going to move it to the left side because it needs to go to the right, so we're moving it away. And then since it's on the right side, we're going to do the right algorithm. And then we are going to hold it like this. And then we are going to do the left algorithm like that to pair this up. So let's try it again. So this is orange, so we'll match it up with this. So we move it away, do the left algorithm this time, rotate it like this, and then do the right algorithm, like that. So you just do that again, and see this is red. So this one doesn't have yellow, so we match it with red, because that's the way this is facing, red. So we move it away, because blue is here, and blue is the piece on top. So you move it away, perform the left algorithm, rotate it like this, perform the right algorithm. And that's how you do the first 2 layers. Now again, there are a few cases you can get. If you either inserted it incorrectly or you just got unlucky and this happened, where this needs to flip, what we do is we put this in, so we act like this is the correct one, whichever one is here. I mean, it can be any one, doesn't matter. And then we do the right algorithm, rotate it, left algorithm. And now we just do it as usual. So this is green, so we paired it up with green. This is orange. Orange is on the right side, so we move it to the left, perform the right algorithm, rotate it, left algorithm. So that is the first 2 layers. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. And tomorrow I will try to make a video discussing the top layer. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, found it helpful most importantly, and thank you for watching, and most importantly, even more importantly, mind you, stay safe.